Welcome to your 6 weeks of summer challenge. We are super blessed to be together. We have the next several weeks leading experts sharing wisdom, giving you some actual takeaways, adding value to your everyday life. This is a public service for anyone that just wants to feel better and have better health and get really focused on what is important to you. So I would encourage you to grab a journal, take some great notes, and then I'm going to share with you today that Dr. Monica Duran, who is our speaker today, she is going to come to you with experience that I have learned from her. I continue to learn from her every time she speaks. I am taking notes because there's something new that I've picked up for better health and how to live a more successful life. And so before we jump into that, I would encourage you to join our Facebook group. It is called 6 Weeks to Summer Challenge. You can type that in the search box and you'll just select join group. We're gonna have additional helpful information in there, start interacting, have some accountability for you, and be able for you to keep your mind focused, because what you spend your time on, what you spend your mind on, right? It all plays into your health. And so we wanna make that available for anyone and everyone who wants to feel better. Now, with that said, it is such an honor to introduce to you the speaker today, which is a dear friend of mine, Dr. Monica Duran. We got acquainted through this business that we're in together, but we became close friends. Also, she feels like family. She has been leading the health expert, she's a leading health expert in every sense of the word, but she's been leading the charge in the endocannabinoid system for quite some time. She actually got put on our medical panel, and she serves the team with her whole heart. But she is a family physician. She's been doing that for the last 15 years here in Decatur, Illinois. And she also is one of the leading physicians at Choice Wellness. That is 5 clinics that has a weight loss system that she runs and operates. And so who better than to do this call than our dear friend, Dr. Monica Duran. Doctor, I am looking forward to this. I've got notepad and paper ready to take some notes.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much. And again, we do these so frequently, and it's becoming a routine for me. And I really love it. I really look forward to, join with my group and really impact people's life in different ways. So I have to say, thank you so much, Danielle. This is a great idea that you're putting all these together, and you're really putting physicians and health professionals and people with experience to come together and keep us together and sharing their knowledge, their expertise, their passion for wellness and health. And what a better title, that 6 weeks to summer. So what I'm going to do today is basically lay out the foundation for the following speakers. We have a group of other speakers in the next few Fridays that we're gonna be more embedded into different topics. So what we're gonna do today is just really put all the things together, things that we are all dealing with in different ways, and really give us some specific steps in action that we can do for a better health, for a better future in many ways. So one of the things that I when I was thinking about what to say, you told me to come together and do this presentation. I'm thinking, what should I say? And the reality is, you don't need a doctor to tell you these things. I mean, really, a lot of people live currently with these principles, and I just want to make it very simple and very relatable to all of us. So what we're going to talk today is establish your ABCs, and I will show you why I chose that, the ABC, what I mean by that. Set a routine, enrich your body and your soul, and really find ways to win whatever you want to set as a goal. And we no better time than do that right now. So we're gonna dive into it. Now, Lori, do I have the control? Oh, she has it. Great, thank you. So the first thing I want to do is really acknowledge the current situation, our current reality. We all have been in different ways affected by what's happening. We all come with different circumstances, different situations, and some people have had more affection, more changes than others. But the reality is that, we need to really think and acknowledge this current situation. And because of that, I think it's important to establish our ABCs. What I mean by that is, let me give you an example. I used to work in the emergency room, and I thought about this, sharing this with you because it's so simple, but it's so fundamental to our lives. Establish your ABCs means the following. When someone comes to the emergency room for whatever reason, every doctor, every health professional that you encounter are going to run by the ABCs. What I mean by that, A stands for airway, B stands for breathing, and C stands for circulation. Because no matter what your problem is, you might come with, some body pain or some, whatever it is. We want to make sure that the essential parts of your life are doing well. So we run these ABC before we get to what is bothering you, what the reason of your visit. And why is that important? Because it's very common to forget our ABCs. And we live our lives with a lot going on, and we really don't, we don't pay attention, we don't think about that. But establishing your ABCs are fundamental, and no better time to do that right now. Your ABCs are different. Your ABCs could be, the health of your family, the mental sanity of your children, your financial situation, what really, really is critical, what is important, what are your highest priorities. And maybe you don't need to modify them in any way, but you need to acknowledge them. And if they are doing well, be grateful. Be really grateful for what you have and whatever is going well in your life. That comes to my next point, which is set goals. We all live in a very turmoil life with deadlines and things, and not a better time that, establish your goals for these times that we don't know how long it's going to last, and we don't know what the new reality is going to be. But if you establish your goals and you write them down and you revise them every single day, it allows you to create what I call a routine for you. So another thing that I was just thinking about is, it's very, very important to create a routine and modify the environment, whatever your environment is, to maintain that routine. And this doesn't have to be something, difficult or even new. It could be whatever you got going on before, and it has changed because of the current situation. So establish your routine, maintain that routine, be aware of that routine that you're going on. It could be get up at the same time, establish your wake up time, establish your bedtime time, establish certain patterns, certain routine that you're going to continue every single day that will allow you to maintain your your situation, whatever it is. If you're working from home, if you are able to go to your workplace and work, if you have something going on with your children at home, if you have a sick family member, whatever it is, your current situation, just establish your routine. And for me, I write it down. I met with my children, we all got together, and I said, because school is not in session, that doesn't mean that our school here in our house is not in session. So we establish our routines, and everybody follows. And it might not be something that you might be ready to go and jump in from day one, but if you work on it and you write it down, and again, every day you implement something to make it possible. So allow yourself to go through that process. So Lori, go back to the previous slide, please. Yes. Thank you. So establishing your routine, adjust your environment. What I mean by that is, well, maybe you have kids at home, so create what they need to be able to do what they are supposed to do. Maybe you need to bring, work papers or computer or something from your office to your home. Create and modify your environment to allow that routine to happen. A very, very important aspect is time blocking. You gotta be aware of your time. Don't let time go by, because you're gonna notice that by the end of the day, the things that you want to accomplish, they didn't happen. So you have to be aware of your time and set time blocks that you in reality can work in your goals and the things that you gotta do. Maybe it's work. maybe it's teaching your kids, maybe speaking something new, maybe it's, you know, getting to do things that have been forgotten and you haven't had the chance to do it before. So tackle more complex tasks in the morning. It's a strategy. If you are like me, I am a morning person, I'm more energetic and more focused in the morning. Get to the difficult things in the morning, get them done. Allow time for enjoyment, for things that you like. And I just put some examples. You know, you can be creative and it might be different for you. For playing, talk to family members, making some phone calls, play music, walk around, whatever it is that is enjoyment for you, allow some time for that as well, because, you know, it's part of our lives. So let's move to the next slide. The next topic that I want to allow some time is really enriching your body. And two major components of that is what we eat, our nutrition. And I don't like the word diet so much, but in this particular scenario, I want to talk about that. And the second one is movement. And notice that I don't mean exercising itself, but movement. Talking about diet, talking about what we eat, our nutrition. I'm not going to dwell very much into this topic because we're going to have in a couple of Fridays a phenomenal speaker and nutritional expert, Audra Nichols, really diving into this topic and sharing her knowledge, her passion, her expertise in this topic with just very simple principles that if you implement them from now on, and by the time she comes into the line and shares her vision, you are prepared. You're prepared to take all that knowledge that she's going to share with you. But very important thing is our diet. And again, I just wrote some simple concepts. If you're trying to maintain a healthy weight or you're trying to lose weight, journaling is key. I've done weight management for years, and I will tell you, if you don't journal it, if you don't write it down, it's not going to happen. That's basically, bold as it is, my personal experience. If you're not aware, if you're not engaging in that every single day, every moment of the day that you eat something and you journal it, and there's multiple methods, I'm not going to get into that, but I think that's a fundamental thing, part of our nutrition. Try something new, try a new recipe, try something that is nutritional and you have never had the guts or the chance or whatever reason to get to it. This is a good time. Guess what? You're spending more time at home, right? Very, very important. Keep healthy foods. It's funny, Lori asked me to take a picture of my food basket that I have in my counter. This is actually my own picture, what you can see here, because it's as soon as you come into my house, this is what you see. I want everybody to see this. I want every person in my family to have easy access and constantly visualizing what I mean by healthy food. Everybody's hungry, grab an apple, grab a banana. And of course, we have more, but this is just an example of how you can modify your environment to make it possible, right? Maybe invest a little time in learning about nutrition, pick a book or, read a magazine or jump online and pick a topic that it will improve the quality of your nutrition. And the second one is movement. I want to make you aware because of the current situation, whatever is happening in your life, you're probably moving less. That's a reality. The amount of movement, which is very small to begin with for the majority of us, has even reduced to another scale because of the current situation. So if you're not aware of it, the chances are you're not going to modify it for your own good. And I will tell you, pick a movement. It doesn't have to be necessarily an exercise. You're not like me that I have to exercise every single day. It's okay. Pick a movement, pick a routine, maybe walking, maybe jogging, maybe just up and down stairs, but you gotta increase your movement because the reality is you're moving less, right? And there's multiple ways to do this. I will tell you, avoid sitting down for more than an hour. That's essential. Read what I said, back pain, no question. Avoid, if you're watching TV, take a little break, walk around and sit down again, but move. Really fundamental for our well-being. And the next slide, Lori, this picture made me laugh. I will tell you, I did not ask permission to my husband and my children to share these pictures, but I just want to show you guys that enriching your soul is very, very important. Be aware of what you're reading. Be aware of what you're watching, what you're listening. And of course, there's a variety of different interests and different topics that are part of our lives, but you got to be aware. Think about if what you're listening, what you're watching, what you're reading is impacting your life, is fundamental, is it part of that ABC? Is it contributing to your health? Is it contributing to your mental focus? Is it adding positive value into your life? And if the answer is no, reduce it. Reduce it considerably. Maybe turn it off completely. Maybe zero exposure. And again, take these with all the respect that I have from you. But I just want to make you aware, if you're sitting watching news all day and investing, long time in things that bring very little value to you, you probably, should change it. Pick something new. Pick something that, create a value. And you see a picture of my husband sewing in the sewing machine. He actually can do a better job than me. Something that he never gets to do. And guess what? We're all learning how to sew. We're all learning how to do that. And of course, you pick your own, with your own circumstances. Those are just a very little examples of something that can be done. Now, my next one is 2 weeks of easy win. Things that you can modify, things that you can maybe, implement that don't necessarily have to be something very difficult. But if you are aware and you invest a little time in thinking about it and coming with something, it will bring value to you. So write down specific goals for these times that our life have been changed, these times of uncertainties, these times of, new routines or changes in our styles or priorities. Pick something as a goal. And I will tell you, write it down. That's fundamental. If you don't write it down and you don't visualize it every single day, saying it aloud morning and evening, that's something that, I implement in my life, in many areas of my life, is very difficult to go to it, because the reality is we forget, we lose focus. So if you write down one goal, whatever it is, could be increasing your water intake, could be moving more, could be picking a new hobby, it could be, learning a new recipe, whatever your goal is. It could be something as simple as the examples that I've mentioned. Someone could have bigger goals. Write them down and, place them in a location that is easy for you. For me, and if you were one of my patients, you hear me all the time. Write it on a piece of paper, put it in front of your mirror in your bathroom, and say it aloud morning and evening before you brush your teeth, morning and evening. That's a simple way to remind you what you really want to do, what your really goal is. And again, another step that I will encourage you guys to do is try one new thing this week. Whatever it is, could be, something that will contribute to your health, to your body and your mental health. It could be picking a new movement, picking a new recipe, modifying your environment, maybe getting a bowl, dusting off something that you have at home that you can put, healthy fruit or healthy vegetables, or something that you can visualize it constantly, that you can put it accessible for all your family members or even for you. That could be your goal. That could be that thing that you're going to pick this week, right? Maybe aware of how much water are you drinking. Maybe, again, going back to what you already have, finding that water bottle that you have not used, being aware of how much water contains and how many times you have to refill it to reach that goal of water intake that you want to set. So these are, again, very, very simple examples to things that you guys can modify. And again, I want to make it relatable to all of us, because obviously we all have different circumstances. But again, I think it's a way to unify us, to keep us together, to be able to be that accountability that we all need. Maybe, you can find a friend that keep track of your progress. Maybe you don't want to share, all your goals and pictures with everybody, but maybe you find one friend or family member, someone that you trust, that could be that accountable body, that accountable person that works with you. So as a recap, please join our Facebook group if you have not done so, and invite people. This is something that anybody could benefit. We have great speakers coming up that are going to dive into more specific topics. We have one coming up next Friday about sleep, which is so important, so fundamental to our well-being. And we have a phenomenal speaker, an expert in this subject, talking to sleep, about sleep. The next week we have nutrition, and we have again at the end Dr. DeLuca talking about the endocannabinoid system. So plug into this group, put it in your calendar, invite friends, family. I actually have my children watching these as we speak from another computer in the house, and set a routine. That's so important. Set a routine that is easy, that is doable. Trust your gut. Maybe it's not that doable initially. Allow yourself to dive into. Nothing good is going to be easy, but it's totally worth it. And adjust your environment. Make the modifications that you need to adjust with the best of your ability to these new times. Enrich your body, enrich your soul with good movement, with good diets, and good exposures to what you read, to what you see, with the people that you talk. Unfortunately, we have to maintain a physical distance, but we don't have to maintain a social distancing. I don't like that term. I like physical distancing, no social distancing, because it's important to be together in this time. And follow those simple steps to easy win, and just start right now. So again, Danielle, this is all I got to say. I wanted to keep it simple and short. And I thank you again one more time to put all our people together, to bring them together on this beautiful Friday and share just these simple concepts. And again, allow you guys to, for the next few weeks, to be able to absorb more what our phenomenal speakers have prepared for all of us. So thank you so much. Again, back to you, Danielle.
Thank you so much, Dr. Duran. I took so many notes, and I could not agree more about the nourishing your soul and giving us self-care to think about. We get so busy, trying to take care of other people sometimes, and then we forget about ourselves. And so these have been great reminders. I took all kinds of notes. I love everything you said. And this staying accountable thing, being together every single week, and looking forward to this. I had this on my calendar. I've been looking forward to it all week. We're going to continue this. And then sleep, like she said, next week. Who do you know that needs better sleep? Personally, I have struggled over years and years, and I know how that affects people's lives, because if you're not getting your proper rest, it's hard to get all your other health goals in alignment. So that'll be with Dr. Chandra Villano. She's phenomenal speaker, and she will deliver some excellent content just like Dr. Monica Duran just did. And so put that on your calendar, set a reminder. Thank you, everyone. There is in the chat box a link to our Facebook group. Again, 6 weeks to challenge, our 6 weeks to summer challenge group. We will keep you notified in there, and also give you some more helpful hints throughout the week to help you stay accountable for your own personal health goals. So God bless you guys. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much, and take care of yourselves this week and beyond. Bye-bye.